Students, hello! We are officially back with this season's Scrim School. We took a break because of the new season drop, and then GCX, and then COVID. It was kind of a mess. But we're back now. I'm hyped. We got some incredible guests this evening. We've got Say Wallah, bruh. Insane Professor Wallah, incredible player. And then we got my boy Powner. If you haven't seen Powner snipe, you're missing out. Powner is an excellent sniper, a Trials Warlord, a grinder. We're going to have links to drop in chat for sure. Let's get undeafened and let's meet the guest of the week. Gentlemen.
Yo,
looks like, well, there we go. Welcome in, guests of the week, the teachers. Let's start out by introducing yourselves. Who are you? What makes you tick? Doesn't have to be Destiny. It could be across the board. Let's start with the boy Powner.
All right. My name's Powner. Been playing D1 or Destiny since D1, D2, all that good stuff. Also play Valorant, Overwatch, Rainbow, basically any first-person shooter.
I'm
in there. Yeah.
All right, Professor Wallah, what you got for us?
Hello. Welcome. I'm Say Wallah, bruh. I basically just upload Destiny videos, and as of recently, I've been playing some Valorant and stuff. I was originally top 500 on Overwatch, but that's basically those are the only two games I'm playing right now is Destiny and Valorant. Also, I'm still sick from COVID right now, so I sound like shit. But yeah.
I think all of us are, brother. I was telling the students earlier. I was like, today's the first day I actually have a voice. Like today.
Yeah.
Shit was wild. We all got
bad,
destroyed. Ah, you're already blowing the students' mind. They didn't know you were top 500 in Overwatch. What a gangster.
Same.
So, are you gonna play Overwatch 2 or what?
No, I stopped playing Overwatch a while ago. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, let's dive straight into the nitty gritty. We got the intros out of the way. Trials. How'd we feel about this weekend, boys?
I didn't play. I played one day and then that was it. So I wasn't trying to play that map. But the game mode was okay, I guess. I don't know. A lot of healing this weekend too.
Yeah.
So,
right.
It took a break. I would say I'm probably gonna be taking more breaks just because classy restoration's driving me crazy. I'm just making videos.
Don't worry, we're gonna get into that.
A lot of abilities being used. That is a fair assessment, my boy. I still need to crank you up a bit more, Powner. Yeah, I'm a little quiet.
All right, let's go. Let's fucking turn this shit to 11. There we go. That's better. All right, so if you haven't been a part of the ScrimCast before, basically it's an open forum. We're just gonna sit here and chat. Basically anything that comes to mind, questions, whatever. Students, if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat. It is an open forum. I will try and catch them as they come. If they start flying, my mods will copy paste, send them to me, and let me know. So these are things that if you want to ask these guys questions and learn about, this is your opportunity to in more of a close-knit basis. And then after that, we run some practical scrims, and that's the fun part. That's the good stuff. All right. So, Wallah, you mentioned classy restoration. Have you found anything that really counters it yet?
Yeah. You just run it yourself, and that's about it. Everyone else was saying use overload rounds, but it doesn't not really practical because you got to get lucky with it too. So just use it until it's gone, and then you should be good.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
I definitely like the way you think. Yeah, Zarpa just asked the exact same questions. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I had a post on Twitter yesterday or the day before that I was like, I think it's time that we all, just as a community, agreed to embrace the broken shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not using it and just complaining about it, it's just gonna make it that much worse. So just put it on, and you'll probably complain about it less if you're using it too.
I think we're just laughing the whole time. Because I say this since day one. The normal players using broken shit is annoying. Good players using broken shit is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's unbeatable. And I think the only way that Bungie sees stuff is through metrics of usage. So this whole ego of like, no, I need to run a hand cannon because it's more skillful. Fucking check that shit out. Like,
I haven't been using a hand cannon for like at least a good like 4 months now or something. I've only been using pulse rifles because they're just insane right now too.
any specific pulse rifle or just
And honestly, I've been using Vigilance Wing, No Time. The BR is pretty good right now. The Battler.
yeah, the BXR battler.
But I think if you really just want to use something easy, just use the No Time right now, and you'll do a lot better. Especially better than a hand cannon. Hand cannons honestly are not really that great right now, in my opinion at least.
I agree. Yeah. That's why this whole stigma of like hand cannons are on top is like,
yeah.
I don't know. They're pretty high risk, high reward right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powner, what have you been running?
I've kind of just been running what I've always run: Arc Strider, Stompies, Hand Cannon, Sniper. That's kind of all I do run. That's what I find fun. That's what I like. That's why I feel like I'm best with. So that's kind of just what I stick to.
Imagine
but honestly, that
in 2022.
Yeah. But obviously, it's not the most efficient, right? Like pulses are nuts. Submachine guns pretty good. Like those would arguably be better than the, hand cannon.
Yeah, true. All right, so we got a fun one already to really dive into, and I believe, Wallah, have you made a video about this one yet? What is the best way to fight against Omni Oculus in Trials?
Omni Oculus. Honestly, dude, I mean, I still lose games against Omni Oculus not most of the time, but sometimes I do. Either I put on a Fighting Lion with that's something I did this weekend, or when I played that one day, was I put Fighting Lion on with an SMG. Doesn't have to be an SMG, just Fighting Lion, and just keep shooting at them like over and over and over. If they're gonna have unlimited invis, I usually just get unlimited grenade launcher, and I mean that's about it. Also, like, unless you have like a Dawn Blade or something to get to middle first, just play a little slower because you never really know where they are. Because invis got buffed again, so they're off the radar for 5 seconds at a time now too. But I just put Fighting Lion on.
Interesting. I mean, that's a strat that you don't see very often, so that's something worth holding on to.
Because it's bugged right now too, so it's doing extra damage.
Yep.
You were saying that. I was sitting in your stream that whole time, and I was surprised you hadn't mauled it out. That's a strat. Powner, what were you figuring out? Because I mean, you weren't running Fighting Line. How are you beating Omni?
I didn't actually run into that many Omnis, but what I did, I
kind of,
I don't know. I just took I just 4-tap instead of 3-tap. That's how I see it. You just gotta be in the gunfight a little bit extra, try to find new angles to catch them off guard, stuff like that.
True. Zero's asking, how much is the extra damage on Fighting Lion right now?
It's doing 15% more damage right now, or 20% more. It's only supposed to do 5% more, and they increased it by 20% on accident.
Oops.
Yep.
You mean Bungie accidentally put something in, and they haven't fixed it because people aren't using it yet? Weird.
Yep.
All right. There was another kind of conversation that's leading into this one. The idea of 3.0s. How are you feeling about it?
Of what?
Like the Solar and Void 3.0.
Oh, the classes? They're pretty good. Besides, I think Void is a little too good, but I think it's good though. If you go play Arc now, it seems so boring. So I think it's definitely a good change for sure.
Yeah.
Are there any standouts?
Yeah. like I said, Void is definitely the outlier right now. Just Titan and Hunter, extremely fucking good. Well, Titan
Really?
less now because I guess every class has healing now, but the overshields were really obnoxious when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now everyone can heal, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you guys think that Arc 3.0 is going to do in this?
You can you got this one.
Yeah, what you got, Powner?
I don't know. I think Arc might be insanely underwhelming or very like overpowered in my opinion. I feel like Arc's very tricky to keep balance. So it's either gonna be too good or underwhelming.
Give me back 3-minute bottom tree striker. That's what I need to see.
Maybe we'll see some quick draw action or something.
Yeah,
Who knows?
exactly.
Who knows? It's gonna be about speed, they said. So
Mhm.
Yeah, speed and chaining is kind of what it's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, obviously this is all speculation here. Do you think that there's anything that they're gonna bring back that's been gone for a while or been light?
like guns,
Armor wise, or no, sorry, abilities wise.
abilities, maybe fleet-footed. That could be a possibility.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Actually, might be a good possibility. I mean, Blink, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Blink
Yeah, I've
sucks
heard-
anyway, so who gives a
I've
shit?
heard some Blink conspiracies, but I agree Blink's not that great.
So here's my thought on giving Blink back to hunters, right? If we look at the conversation with Kevin Yanes regarding Twilight Garrison, he specified that air dodge is part of the Warlock's kit now. So I'm wondering if Blink is now part of the Warlock's kit as well, and we're not gonna see Blink back.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It could apply for only the dodge thing and not the blink thing. So I
Right.
guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's gonna come back though. Maybe though. I mean, they gave every class a healing grenade, which I didn't expect. So I guess we'll
True.
see.
True.
Maybe they'll
Yeah.
give Titan a dodge, dude. You never know.
Could you imagine?
Start rolling around.
All of a sudden, this giant Titan hits the ground. It would have to cause like an AoE quake or something when you dodged,
Yeah.
like just to make the joke of like how heavy Titans are.
Yeah.
Just like dodges and it's more of like a belly flop worm, and you get like a lightning chain around them. I don't know. You could do something
Dune
cool with that.
marchers?
Yeah, exactly. I threw out the idea a couple weeks back. I was like, what if with Arc 3.0 they brought back Blink for hunters, but when you blinked on Arc, it caused like an AoE ripple around you. Like, how fun would that be to build into?
Maybe a little OP.
You think so?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Possibly.
Anything Titan and Arc, or I don't know. Anything like chaining wise is really fucking annoying. Arc Web was. I wonder how good Arc Web is gonna be now. I wonder if like, actually, I guess it'll only be for Warlocks, but I'm guessing Arc Web will be even better now.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might give Arc Web to everybody. We don't know.
That's what that's what
Yeah.
maybe. You never know.
Maybe.
Yeah, see, Riley says it'd be cool to chain into bombardiers with that. Like,
Yeah.
it would maybe even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chain didn't do damage, but it like stunned. So you could like slide into an engagement, dodge out, stun, and then have like targeting, kind of like what stasis does, or did, I should say. I don't know. It's kind of an idea that just was floating around in my head.
Yep.
So this season, I mean, we could talk AE, but I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit because that one's always a hot topic that we can really dive into. What are some standout loadouts and weapons and perks that you're finding new this season that you're really enjoying?
Are you gonna answer this
I
one
don't know.
or?
I mean, it's for
I don't
both
know.
y'all.
I don't know. All the perks kind of seem I do like air assault, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But they brought air assault back. I've been enjoying that.
The only new thing now is just the whole healing thing, man. To be honest with you.
It's true.
Classy restoration.
Yeah, no one's really jumping in the air now, so
True.
Yeah.
I mean, just it's basically the same, I'd say, just with a lot of healing now. Not too many new weapons either.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few new weapons. Everyone's using Beloved again, but again, it's not new, so nothing too crazy. Just a lot of healing. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of healing. Which is interesting because the whole community, like, we're like, this doesn't need to be in PvP. They're like, healing capabilities over shielding capabilities shouldn't be in PvP in the first place.
Yep.
And Bungie's like, oh, by the way, how do you feel about healing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it's something for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one, you know. It makes me wonder. Like, I wish one of these Scrim schools, I could sit down with like the sandbox team and be like, explain, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure I'd have to turn chat off. Like, I'm sure I'd have to turn followers alert off, everything else off. But like, could you imagine like getting a deep dive in with them and be like, why? Like, what?
Right.
Because I'm sure they have a reason, right? And it's more than just Destiny Twitter. But it's like, some of these I'm just like, guys.
Yeah.
Is this for you to be better? Is this for, like, making it softer, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it's
Really
one of
wish
those
they
things
could
that...
just disable it, man.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that they thought about it for PvE and not really PvP when they, like, made it. Because Classy Restoration is insane in PvE. Like, you just do not die.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I've watched
But
people
then it
solo
comes-
flawless dungeons back to back
Yeah.
to back to back that have never done it
Yup.
before, just on Titan with Lorelei and Classy Restoration. Like, they're like, this is simple. I'm just walking. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, even in PvE, like, they try and make it challenging. So I'm surprised even in PvE it's that insane.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. How y'all feeling about the weapons this season? Obviously, we can talk.
The newer
Yeah.
weapons that came out. The shotgun's pretty cool. I like how you can craft a lightweight now too. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Ostringer's good, Beloved's good, but they're just old weapons came back, so I'm not like super excited for them. I'm not even gonna get them because I've already had my fair share.
Right.
The only thing that seems pretty good that came back is the new rapid fire pulse rifle, the Horror's Lease.
Yeah.
Even though it's old, I never got to use it, so it's new to me. So I'll probably be trying to get that from the Nightfall whenever it comes out. The Adept version.
Yeah. Oh, the GM. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember getting shredded by Horror's Lease, but I never got it myself.
Yeah,
So I'm curious about it. I really am.
it'll be good. I used it
Yeah.
already, like the normal version. That
Right.
was really good. So it also has kill clip too.
Ooh, filthy. I don't know. How do
I
you
like
feel?
the-
Go ahead, Powner.
I like the Galio sniper as well. That's new.
Oh yeah,
It
I
feels
forgot about that
super
one.
Nice. Yeah.
I was just
I like
using
it a
that
lot.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Galio. I don't think I've used that either. I'm kind of hard stuck on Frontier's Cry right now, and a shotgun is where my bread and butter is. I don't know. It feels really good to have a good feeling 180. Hey,
180.
have you not
Yeah.
used Frontier's Cry?
No, I've used it, but it's
Yeah.
still 180.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but one endings are completely different.
I'm using it now for the inevitable 180 buff because I know it's coming. Because we know Bungie and it's so unused. But like, if you're
Maybe.
running bottom tree striker and you get like knockout and stuff, it's a 3-tap. Even without damage perks, it's a 3-tap from 34 meters, and that's fast.
That's pretty crazy.
It's a trip for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the weapon options that have been around this season. I think there's a wide array of them, which makes it kind of fun. Any ones that you made videos on, Wallah or Powner?
On the
any
new-
that have...
on the-
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I've made a video on all of them. So, the only thing that's like, I mean, for a bad weapon, it was still pretty cool. Was the auto rifle? I just like the scope on it though. That was about it.
Okay.
I don't know if you know the fire fright. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you didn't like the scope, or you did like the scope?
No. I did like the scope,
Got it.
but the weapon sucks. So because it's a 450, right? So or not a 450. Actually, it's a slow firing one. Pretty sure.
So like a 360?
I don't know if it's 360 or what's out right after a 360.
450.
A 450?
450.
Maybe
yeah.
it is a 450. Not too sure.
Yeah, chat's saying it's a 450 too.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I really,
Go ahead.
I really like that shoddy, the Without Remorse. That's one
Yes.
of the best feeling shoddies I've used in a while. It just, I don't know, it's super consistent.
So I got that with Incandescent and Quick Draw.
Oh
It's
yeah, dude.
Funny.
The Drang, bro.
Ah, the
Yeah,
Drang.
about that.
Drain, yeah.
Just use that, do that shit. That's
Yeah.
OP, bro. God
Yeah.
damn.
Mr. TTK Eater. The Drang's nuts right now. I'm surprised they haven't pulled that in, honestly. Have you done like TTK numbers on it, boys?
I don't ever do. Wait.
no.
Are you, sorry. Have we done what?
Time to
numbers?
kill. Yeah.
I don't ever like. I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't dive that deep.
Just kind of use it. It feels good. Good to me.
Yep.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Chat, if you're just tuning in, this is an open forum. Feel free to ask questions of your own. Dragon has a 0.53 TTK. Huh.
Damn.
That's like last word. Yikes.
I think it's better than last word, maybe. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, it is. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I think last word, it might be. I think last word might be 0.58. I don't know. Woof. I didn't even realize that. Maybe I'm going to farm a Draymond this week then, because
Yeah.
I need all of the stuff I can get. All right, Nova's got a question for you guys. He says, what's the most frustrating loadout to play right now in Trials, in your opinion?
Lord of Wolves, Omnioculus, probably the most
Yeah.
cheesy. As long as they're using
Yeah.
Invis. If they're not using Invis, it's pretty easy to kill anyone. But when they're using Invis, it gets obnoxious because the extra health.
Mm-hmm.
I would
I
have
think
to
most
agree.
people could agree.
Yeah. It's definitely out there for sure. I love that you're still taking shots in air, by the way. It's...
I mean, I don't give a shit. It just
Yeah.
either I kill them or I don't.
That's how I feel. I'm just like, it's whatever.
Yeah, send it. That's yeah, I think I'm gonna have to probably say the same. Lord of Wolves and Omnioculus together is probably the most annoying. All right, so Riley's got a question. He says, how is the balancing of the weapon sandbox overall, and how do you feel about the viability of the current non-meta weapons?
Like, what are non-meta weapons though? Like,
It's gotta be like the 450
scout
auto
rifles and auto
rifles.
rifles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
Autos are still pretty trash. Like, I mean, even the 600s, I've tried to use them against like pretty decent players, and it's still pretty hard. The only scout rifle I'd recommend is pretty obvious, right? Is Dead Man's. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you use Mida, if you use a scout rifle in 6v6, it'll be okay. I actually would rather use a scout rifle, a random scout rifle, than an auto rifle in 6v6, because at least I could just sit in the back. But an auto rifle is like kind of awkward, because you get in pulse rifle range, you're gonna lose. If you get in SMG range, you're gonna lose, or hand cannon. So I don't know. But at least scout rifles, again, you could actually use them properly and still do pretty good. So the only bad weapons right now, I'd say, are auto rifles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Powner, what do you think? How do you feel about the balancing of the sandbox?
I think it's pretty good right now. I would have to agree. Yeah, scouts and autos are kind of at the bottom. But in sixes, I mean, you can kind of use anything and do good. But when it comes to like trials or 3-3s or scrims, autos and scouts are at the bottom. But then you got hand cannons, sidearms, submachine guns, all that good.
All that good.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned scouts. We have a trial scout. What do you guys think of it?
The
I
rapid
never think
fire
it's
one.
better.
Yeah, the Aisha's
Yeah.
embrace.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't think the perks are that good on it, are they? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't remember anything being super crazy, but I just don't like the scope on it too. That's the one thing I wasn't really a fan of. But I mean, it's a rapid fire, so it's bound to be pretty decent.
Yep.
I still think the I think maybe I don't know if it was the Gambit one or there was like another one, another rapid fire. It came with along the Gambit one. I think it was Arc or something. I don't know the name of it though.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
It's like a Viced weapon, I think,
Mhm.
but that one was pretty good. I think that was my favorite rapid fire I've used.
Okay.
But the Trials one is good, I think.
Okay. I mean, I've
Yeah.
got it with rapid hit and rampage, I think. Something like that.
Not bad, not bad. I don't know if Rampage changes the kill time, does it?
I haven't really tested it too much, mostly because I don't. That playstyle drives me absolutely bonkers. I'm dumb boy Titan. Fly in, shotgun from way too far, switch to a 180 tap punch.
There you go.
Contingency plan is better than Aisha's because of scope and perks. Okay.
Yeah, contingency plan. There we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the one we were looking at. Hold on, I thought I had another question. Here we go. Bonds is saying, how do you counter a Wish Ender hot swapper who's actually really accurate with it?
Dude,
How do we do the Encooch out?
Oh yeah. I actually, it depends if I have the time for it. I actually just put on a Wish Enders as well. And I just call out to where they are. Last time we matched someone doing that, I had a Wish Ender with those exotics. The one that let you hold the bow indefinitely.
Yeah.
Keepers. Yeah.
I just literally, yeah, with
Keeper.
Keeper. I just literally just did the same thing. I didn't hot swap though. I just kind of just wall hacked the whole time, called out where he was, and then my teammates
Yeah.
would just avoid him.
Mhm.
But I mean, if you're being practical, a good way is to go invis, because even though they have wall hacks, if you're invis, it's a little hard to like. Again, they have wall hacks, but it's still hard to like kind of see your outline when you actually get around the wall. So you could go invis, make your team invis, use Fighting Lion again. Fighting Lion's a good counter to most things.
Mhm.
You could also use Titan barricades, the shoot through shields. Those are pretty good too. There's a few things. You just have to be prepared for it, because if you don't have the loadout for it, it kind of sucks. Because most of the time people
Yeah.
just have like one set loadout and that's about it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. How are we feeling about Lemon Arc this season? We seeing it as much as last season? Is it still pretty oppressive? I haven't played like much at all, so
I
It's
just
still broken.
yeah. For
I
me, it's
played
more
against someone
annoying
using
than,
it the other day.
yeah. I think it's just more annoying to play against for me. Like whenever
Yeah.
I see it, I'm like, oh, okay.
it's
That's
very
it.
annoying for sure.
Yeah.
But do you feel like it's as oppressive as it was?
The quick swapping is still the same. You still
Yeah.
shoot someone once and quick swap. It's still a guaranteed kill. So honestly, nothing's really changed besides like getting one tap by it.
Right.
So yes, it's still very annoying. Just as good, almost just as good.
Almost just as good. That's fair. That's fair. Let's talk classes. What are you feeling are the standout classes this season? Any that are above and beyond?
Besides Void, just
Yeah.
Solar Hunter and Solar Warlock.
Yeah, Soul Hunter is very good.
Yeah, honestly, I
very
think Golden Gun's like top 3 classes right
good.
now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been seeing a lot about Golden Gun. How you feeling about the throwing knives?
Oh, I
good.
love them.
It was a good
They're
buff.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're super fun.
Super fun, yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen some gnarly tracking clips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still stuck on Arc Titan. And when
That's
I
how I
play,
feel.
I can't help it, man. There's something about punching in Dune Chains and Knockout that's way too fun for me. But I mean, you guys probably experiment a lot more than I do. You play a lot more.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on Arc Hunter, so take that as you will.
So you
But
both
for sixes, I
consider
use
yourself-
Solar a lot.
Yeah. Do you both consider yourself Hunter mains or Warlocks or all three?
I'm definitely a Hunter main for sure.
I've been
For
playing
sure,
more
for sure.
Warlock than Hunter recently, but I mean, I'll still slap that ass on Hunter. Basically, I don't really like Warlock. I mean, the only reason I like Warlock is because Dawnblade.
Yep.
Right, I feel that. Do you think Dawnblade got... So I've had this conversation before and tried to figure it out. Do you think Dawnblade got a buff or a nerf this season? Because I've been seeing some mixed reviews on it.
It was a buff.
Okay.
Who said it was a,
For
who
sure.
said it was a nerf?
It was all over Twitter that everyone's like, well, I can't build into it this way. I have to build into it this way instead.
Yeah. It's still for sure
Yeah,
a buff
it's
because
insane.
because of the whole radiant and healing thing as well.
Yeah.
And also the way inner accuracy works right now. Heat rises is pretty good too. I don't know, man. It's just I don't see how it got nerfed unless you're playing like PvE, I guess.
Yeah.
But nothing really
Right.
changed besides just getting damage buff after your melee hit and getting
Yeah.
like restoration and stuff.
True.
Yeah.
Unless you used like Phoenix Dive before, then I guess it did get nerfed. But who the hell uses Phoenix Dive?
From what I heard, Phoenix Dive was good, though.
Nah, there was a bug with it, so you couldn't slide after using it. So it was like it was just. I mean, you got an in-air dodge, but then you just lost another like mobility thing in
Right.
exchange for it, so it wasn't worth it. The sliding's important.
True. That's very true. All right, we got two questions. Do you feel that the throwing knives as a whole have had their utility boosted? Or is it just one specific set of knives?
I would say, I don't know, throwing knives are pretty good. Especially if you use the aspect where you get radiant off of just a hit. They're very, very good. And because their tracking is insane.
Would I say if their utility got better, like if they're just
Yeah.
more useful now?
Yeah.
Well, you can
like
use
crossbow.
all of them on any class now. Like, you
Yeah.
could use the explosive knives, the 3 knives,
Yep.
and then every single one you hit now is guaranteed to give you a damage boost. So, and also you can get them back off of a body shot kill now too, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I would say they're definitely a lot better. There's a huge buff across the board, for sure, in every aspect, literally.
Aspect. Ah, I see what you did there. Clever. And then follow-up question to that was, do you consider Radiant to be that strong compared to Knockout or Empowering Rift? That's a tough one.
He's knockout yesterday. Or wait, knockout or frontal assault?
I think Frontal Assault is what they mean.
Yeah, frontal assault's better.
Yeah.
Well, the damage is better, but Radiant's more. Actually, I don't know, dude. They're both really easy to proc, so they're. I think frontal assault's still better. But Radiant's good though, because it lasts longer too. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, it can last like 13 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, frontal assault lets you one headshot, 2 body shot with a 140. So pretty good, I would say.
Yeah. That's pretty, as the kids say, OP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he corrected it and said Frontal Assault. Forgive me, I'm a Hunter main. There we go. All right, we're good.
Attaboy.
It's solved. All right, let's get into the bread and butter. This is the big one that obviously is everyone's pain point right now. Air accuracy. In-air accuracy, air efficiency. What have you found to build into it to make it at least decent? Because I mean, Wallah, you were there with me at GCX, so were you, Powner,
Yeah.
when we watched Mr. Gigs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was
what have
funny.
you found?
Yeah.
Do you just stay on the ground? What's the play?
I have a couple, I would say, suggestions or conclusions. If you want to play Hunter as you always played it, jumping around, I would definitely run Foe Tracer because it gives 20 across the board. But if you still want to run Stompies like I do, you just kind of have to play different. You can't be jumping everywhere. It's very situational now.
Yeah, I feel that. Wallah, what you got? What have you found that builds into it?
I have found that I try actually the first day or two I spec'd into inner accuracy on my warlock. I used the chest piece that lets you float in the air, and even when I was using when I had like 60 or 70 inner accuracy, it was still really bad. So I decided to just only use stompies and jump in the air, because at the end of the day, everyone has bad inner accuracy anyways. So what's the point of speccing into it if you're not at like 80 or 90? You're just, I don't even know if you can get to 80 or 90, but even at like 50 or 60 still feels really bad and inconsistent. So there's no point of speccing into it if you're not going to be hitting 100% of your shots anyways, because at the end of the day it's still RNG. So I still use stompies just for that reason.
Okay,
Yep.
I like that.
I haven't found any I haven't ever felt like I was at a disadvantage. So
Right. Whoa, careful. Haven't felt you're disadvantaged in AE? That's dangerous
no.
words,
I'm
man.
saying I haven't felt at a disadvantage using stompies.
Got it. Okay. I'm tracking now. I thought you were saying you don't feel disadvantaged in air accuracy. I was
No,
like,
in
you're gonna
air
get
is trash.
all the kids coming at you. Excuse me, I'm
If
still
you're not
fighting
specking
COVID.
into 100, it's just might as well use what you want to use. And
Yeah. I mean, Giggs managed to spec into it to 97, and he missed his shot.
Yeah.
So,
well, he didn't miss a shot. The game.
right. The game missed the shot. Exactly. So let's tack onto it. So if you could walk into Bungie HQ tomorrow, sit down with the Sandbox team and say, fix this to make it better, what would it be?
I wouldn't tell them to fix something. I'd tell them to take stuff out. Take the healing out, the over shields, the damage resistance.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was
Right
thinking-
now, at least. That's all I got on my mind is the damage resistance and the healing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a pretty potent one. Powner, you got anything to add to it?
No, I would agree. Because when you combine healing and overshields and damage resistance all together, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
To try to do anything. I had a game this week where it was overshields and healing aids, and it was just like impossible to finish a kill.
Right. You get them down to 1, and all of a sudden they're full, and then you get them down to 1, and they're full, and
Yeah.
you're like, well, this is fun. That goes back to that. Just use it at this point, because everybody else fucking is.
Yeah.
Oh man. I might be dying a little bit here, don't mind me.
Same.
Same. Yeah, I mean, I think while those are on there, I think I just ask him to tune back the requirements for air accuracy. Like, bring it back to 50, right? And give us a way to see it in-game, what we're speccing into. Because that in itself drives me fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Is that I have to use a third-party app to potentially spec into with one specific archetype of weapon, right? So every weapon archetype I have to respec into it again. Which is stupid. To me, anyway. I don't know, maybe you guys have something different.
No, I agree. I don't know. It's kind of infuriating that they would add a change and then not have anything in game to see it.
Right.
See
But
the
it's
stat for it.
it's coming in the future, Powner.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. It'll be down. It'll be later down the road.
Alright, let's talk maps. What is your favorite map right now, and why?
Jab.
Just for quick play?
But in general, like what map do you
Well, I have
really
like
get
different,
your?
I have like
your...
different favorites for like trials, and then for like 6v6. I mean, I could just say for trials, I actually don't really have a favorite map for trials. I actually really like Cauldron though. Cauldron was pretty fun because
Interesting.
you got rewarded for pushing to the middle quick enough,
Mhm.
so because the doors were closed, so you had the cap point, and like if the other team wanted to push, you had the advantage because the doors and stuff too. And then for quick play, I really like I really like Radiant Cliffs. I don't think it's my favorite, but just one of my favorites, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So interesting. Those are some off the wall ones that I'm not used to hearing.
I mean, Alter
obviously,
too.
well players.
Alter is
Okay.
super fun, but since I mean, if you're a sniper, Alter, you're gonna like it more.
Right. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. I haven't heard. I think Cauldron could be good. Like, it could be my top 5 if the doors
Hasn't
didn't
been
exist.
played in a while. I like the doors. I don't know. Maybe because the cheaters and stuff back then too helped, but I just like that if you're sitting in there and you get there first, it rewards whoever is the most aggressive team. And then after that, obviously it gets slow, but you get the better you get the advantage for pushing at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. I do think Cauldron is a great map, at least for 3s. I think it's a little annoying for 6s, but it's just too tight. But I'll have to think on that. I'll have to mess around with it a little bit more. Because that's a good one. Obviously, Radiant Cliffs I didn't expect either. That's another one.
Radiant Cliffs is a banger. It's good.
Yeah.
Is that in 6s or is that in Scrims
No,
too?
6s. Yeah, 6s.
Yeah, in 6s it's a great map. In 3s it's a little rough. Okay, here we go. So Beowulf says, what are your thoughts on control point trials? Good to stop slow play, or bad because it rewards playing for bubble or well more?
I like the idea of it, because the idea is like to make people push, right? Get people to go to different places of the map. But with well and bubble being the fastest Jordan supers, it kind of just rewards getting to that and popping your super on it. But there's also ways of just like killing them out of it.
What have you found beat bubble and well? That's a great one, actually.
For bubble, I just arc shredder and use the light heavy combo to kill them out of it. I mean, if they're smaller, they'll jump out of the bubble in time or throw a suppressor nade, so it's kind of a gamble. And then well, just either counter well or like shoot the little sword in the ground to destroy it. Throw like a nade on it or something.
Those are both super big brain that I found that a lot of the community does not know about. Believe it or not.
Yeah. There's a lot of times this weekend where we just shot the well or threw a nade on the well to destroy it.
Wallah, what do you found to beat the defensive tier 5 supers that we're running into now?
What do I think? What beats it?
Yeah, what have you found that can combat against it?
I honestly, I don't really think much can combat against it. Like if someone's in like a well or like a bubble type thing, the best thing I saw was someone punching them out of it with the behemoth. But that means you have to run a really bad super behemoth. So I don't know.
Right.
I heard Peregrine Greaves is pretty good, but again, you have to use Peregrine Greaves. So I don't know. I just either you should run Blade Barrage because that's a really quick charging super. So you'll get a Blade Barrage at the same time as a well or a bubble, and then that'll counter it.
Sorry, I had to mute for a second, so I wasn't
Bobby's dying.
taking out the microphone. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my throat's still a little raw. All right, and then the follow-up for it was, should the points have a set spawn rotation per each round, or is the pure RNG good?
It's fine. RNG's
That's
okay.
fine. RNG's good.
So that way, I mean, everyone knows where the zone is at the very start anyways. It's not like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't just pop up randomly.
Yeah, so it's not a big
I
deal.
wonder if that would... Do you think that would help or hinder if it just popped up in a random spot, like the 30 seconds?
Oh, no, that'd be bad. That'd be bad. Then it'd be actual RNG. Because the way it is now, it's not actually... I mean, everyone spawns in and sees it right away.
Okay.
But it's not really RNG who gets there first. So if it was like random like that, then yeah, it'd be pretty bad.
Oh, I think that'd be kind of fun. Do you imagine pushing to like... Imagine pushing to inside at Waterfall and all of a sudden it spawns all the way down on the bridge.
I
And
know,
then everyone
but
has to
then,
do like a mad scramble to get to it.
Or the other team just gets lucky and doesn't have to scramble because they picked the right side.
They
You
picked
know?
the right one. Yeah.
I mean, it would force plays in middle all the time. Which almost seems better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost want to try it. Just to see like how bad it would be. Right? And then, because I only play Trials for like a day, the rest of you that play Trials for the weekend can fucking hate me. Oh shit, I'm just thinking. What other Trials variants would you guys like to see?
I would kind of want to see how survival would play out with lives
Interesting.
and not just elimination.
Okay.
I'm not saying it would be good or anything. I would just like to test it out and just see it, you know,
Right.
if it could work.
Wallah, what you got?
Maybe a Slayer type mode. Maybe Clash or something.
So like a skirmish type mode?
Or skirmish, that'd be good.
I push this all the time. I'm like, bring back skirmish, please, for God's sakes, bring back skirmish.
Yeah.
I honestly
That'll never
think
happen, though.
Oh god, no.
Yeah.
I think Showdown I would want to try as a Trials mode. Because Showdown's kind of like a skirmish with the recov, the regeneration of like, or the ability to revive, and
Yeah.
I think that one would be fun to play. I don't know. I had a suggestion on Twitter today or yesterday that I got absolutely fucking flamed for. People were losing their minds. I was asking for a anti-mayhem playlist. So like super slow charging abilities, but like the same TTK, and everyone's like, just go play COD. Just go play Halo then. Like that's not Destiny. I'm like, why not? Like why can't we have a slow abilities? And then I get the, so you mean momentum? I'm like, kind of, but with the normal TTK. I mean, do you guys think that would play well?
No abilities? Probably not.
Not no abilities, but like slow charging
Just
abilities.
like super slow.
Or abilities
slow.
build kind of like momentum control, where your abilities charge by getting kills.
I mean, I don't know. Some people would have crazy fast abilities then if they're getting it off kills. I don't know, man. I mean, it sounds okay, I guess. But I don't think a lot of people would play it for the simple reason that there are not that many abilities.
I think it'd be a good place to be able to test weapons too, honestly. Because like you're not worried about getting slammed by every fucking ability on every 4-second cooldown, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd give you a chance to actually test weapons out. Do I think Bungie will ever do it? Probably not. But it was one of those ones that was it was one of those nice to haves, you know?
Yeah.
Bourbon's helping the throat. I can appreciate that. God. I didn't drink for like a week after GCX.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Bro. I drank way too much. Like, I had the brown bottle flu at the end of it. Holy shit.
Oof.
Yeah. Alright. Students, this will be the last window to ask questions. If you have any, feel free to type them. I will try and grab them. What are things you want to know? What are things you want to learn? It is open forum. Please ask them. It helps me out because I'm still on COVID brain, so I can't really tie things together too well. We'll give Chad a chance to do it. And then, boys, if you have not tuned into a previous Scrim School, the way this works when we go into the practical portion is you will be facing each other. You don't get to play together unless there's a team that really wants to play against both of you at the same time. But overall, like, the way it works is we'll pull in students from the chat, and we'll run it one team with 2 on one team, myself and another student on another with the guests, and then we'll flip the instructors, run it back, and then pull in the next round. If we have enough people, we'll do it in 4s. If not, we'll stick in 3s. And give it a chance to, like, at them to ask questions directly to you through VC, stuff like that. Tracking?
Yup.
Sweet. We got a couple questions. Let's see. Ooh, here we go. What is the best way to train your peak shooting?
Just practice.
Train your
Okay.
peak shooting.
Yeah, like how do you get better at peak shooting?
I think the best way is to play some Valorant and come back to Destiny. No cap.
That's
No joke.
fair, actually.
Actually serious though. I got a lot better at it when I went to go play Valorant. So you should play other games to learn some other skills and then come back, because you won't get everything from this game.
Right. And then I guess we could take that on top of it and say, how do you feel about aim trainers? Because
I
you're
don't
both
use
MK.
it, so I have no idea.
I think they're good when you first like learn MK to get the muscle movement down, but once you have that down, they're not, in my opinion, super helpful. It's more of like getting used to the stunts and all that.
And sense. What are we? Let's blow the minds of the students real quick, boys. What are you running for your sense?
I run 400 DPI, 8 in game, 1 ADS.
Okay. Mr. Wallah.
My sensitivity is 4 sensitivity, and then I use 1600 DPI.
Well, how do you feel that,
Yeah.
that like? Do you feel that changes like the way you play and stuff for your playstyle?
No, I don't think it's like too crazy or anything. So pretty like standard, I would say.
1600 is not standard, my friend.
The sensitivity, it's not that fast.
True.
What is your sensitivity?
15 cents on controller.
Oh, you play controller.
Let's
I
go,
do.
dude. Let's
I'm an
go.
old man, but I have it at 15 cents, so I can still flick.
Oh, okay,
True.
okay.
So, I mean,
It
that's
also
just...
depends. Sense
go
is
ahead.
so like personal. It also depends, like, how much space you have. What kind of, like, are you more wrist, more arm?
Right.
There's a bunch of stuff that goes into account for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know from back, like, when I played CS:GO or CS and stuff, my sense was pretty low. I was running like 600, and that was on MK, but that was a long time ago. And since then, I have not. I can hit my shots with MK, I just can't move. That's my problem. My brain doesn't want to function with the ASWDs and all the hotkeys.
Gotcha.
All right, we got one more. Or 2 more, actually. Do you think, with the way that Bungie's changing things, that we're going to start seeing more of a double primary meta? Because, I mean, specials are still heavy, which means they'll probably hit them again. Do you think Bungie wants a double primary meta?
Nah, I don't think so.
so.
I mean, if they did, they wouldn't have changed the whole way special ammo worked
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, but then they
But-
gave us Go Fast, and we don't have much of that left either.
Game's pretty fast right now. No, it feels pretty fast to me.
That's
Like
because you're...
Dawnblade and
Right.
Aunties and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think right now the way special ammo is pretty good, because it's not that
Yeah.
that overpowered. Besides a few outliers, but that could be fixed pretty easily if they wanted to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing any, like, distinct changes with the special changes. I mean, that was terrible wording, but
There's less less shotgun, I guess, shotgunning happening.
Yeah.
okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm still running a shotgun and I'm feeling fine. I just know that I don't have a constant stream of shotgun ammo, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, everyone was freaking out about it, and I remember, like, everyone was like, this is going to be a double primary meta. This is wrong. This is going to go insane. Like, nobody's ever going to play specials anymore. Like, they're just going to sit in the back of the map with a scout rifle. As I
Yeah.
say that, you're sitting on top of a pillar with...
Hell yeah.
That's fucking brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, and then we got one more. How do y'all feel about the resale changes affecting flinch? Is it noticeable, or is it unfair because it favors Titans? Speak openly, candidly, honestly.
I don't think it's noticeable, but I also haven't like messed around trying to get like 100 resil, so I can't. I don't know. I don't have too much to say on that.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Besides, unless you like max it out. I heard it's pretty good if you go crazy on it though.
Yeah.
I mean, I run a 180 hand cannon and 100 resil on a Titan, so...
Yeah.
I don't fucking move. But the 180 never moved anyway. Like, my Frontier's Cry had 90 stability on it now. So even before then, it was still a laser beam. I think that's all we got for questions. We are an hour and 3 minutes in. Wallah, you said you have a homie that wants to join up right out the gate, yeah?
Yes.
Sweet. Let's
Let me go get him. Can I add you?
Yeah.
So I can join. Unless
Yeah.
I have you added already.
I don't think so. Let me kick it over to you. If you want to, so the way this works, make sure you're in the Discord. Let me try and say that without sounding like I'm dying. Make sure that you're in the Discord so that you can join the VCs and ask the guest questions. And we can hear callouts and everything else. So, if you're looking for the Discord link, it's right there. Make sure to join up in the Discord. There's a Scrim waiting room. We will start separating teams when we get back from the Be Right Back screen. While I will kick you my ID. And then we'll be able to run it up. We're gonna be right back. If you guys want to go get some water and stuff, feel free to. And let's get the fun portion going.